Dr. Film here, and yes, I'm qualified to have that name. Before we begin, you should know that this review will contain no spoilers. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for reviews and more. And so, without further ado, let us begin reviewing Civil War.
Characters and story.
Now in this movie, we follow a group of journalists, and they were surprisingly great. They have great chemistry, the dialogue was written well, and you gotta give each of these actors credit for giving such great performances. Especially Kirsten Dunst, who plays a renowned war photojournalist. And she was by far the most compelling character out of all of them. And while we're on the subject, I think Alex Garland did a great job making these characters the main focus of this movie. These characters could have easily been soldiers or civilians, but when it comes to journalists, the journalist's job is to seek the truth. These characters are pretty much our eyes and ears.
Absolutely.
And as for the story was well-paced, well-structured, and I liked the idea they were going for, which is that there are no right or wrong sides here. There's no good guys or bad guys, or who deserves to run the country or not. The idea is pretty simple. War is hell. Although I have to admit, when the story comes to a close, I was left a little conflicted. On the one hand, it was shocking, sad, and freaking gritty. But on the other hand, I feel like the ending of this film was a bit rushed. I mean, I get what they were trying to go for here, but I feel like they shouldn't have cut out the ending so soon. I feel like the ending could have been better if we see the characters' faces at the end of their journey. It would have been more impactful, more emotional. In other words, the ending was good, but it could have been better.
Suspense and thriller.
Now when you see the soldiers and the different factions fighting each other, it's freaking intense. Especially how they used the sound design in this movie. The shootings in this film were loud and vibrant. It's as if you were there with our characters experiencing this shooting up close and personal. And even if there's no battle scene at the moment, the movie still keeps you on your toes. For instance, this scene. That scene was so suspenseful and gripping that it reminded me of the scene from The Joker. Remember when the Joker was sitting next to Robert De Niro's character? That's pretty much the equivalent of what I was feeling when watching this scene.
Well, you're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
Cinematography and editing.
Now the cinematography in this film looks surprisingly good. Most of the shots in this movie look aesthetically pleasing to watch. It's shot in a way that makes you feel like you're witnessing a world event that may or may not happen. And you also gotta give them props for the production scale of this movie. Although I have to admit, the editing in this movie can be quite questionable at times. Without revealing any spoilers, there was this scene involving Jesse, played by Kaylee Spaney, and a couple of hostages. And during that scene, the music was playing so loud in my ears. And all of it was happening in slow motion. And during all of that, I was left thinking to myself, what the heck is going on here? What's with the music choice and the slow motion effect? Can someone explain why this scene is playing out this way? Huh? Anyone? Anyone?
Anyone? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
Overall, my friends, this movie surprised me. And I mean that in a very, very good way. I'm serious, this movie was absolutely riveting. From the cast, the direction, the cinematography, the suspense, and a story that tackled a very big what-if scenario. I mean sure, like most films, this one's got some problems that might catch your eye. But I don't think it's enough to keep you from watching this movie all the way to the end. Like I said before, this movie took me by surprise, and I highly recommend checking it out. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think in the comment section below.
You got it!
With all that said, I give Civil War a 9 out of 10. That's it, that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And please follow me on Instagram at Dr. Film Ronces. And you are more than welcome to follow me on TikTok at Doc Ronces for funny videos and more. And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.